It was supposed to be a routine flight, a red-eye from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Passengers shuffled through the quiet terminal, some weary, some excited, all expecting nothing more than a long, uneventful journey through the night sky. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 took off just after midnight on March 8, 2014, carrying 239 people, families, business travelers, students and crew, each with their own stories and destinations. The massive Boeing 777 gleamed under the airport lights as it taxied down the runway, engines humming with quiet confidence. For the first hour, everything was normal. The aircraft climbed smoothly to its cruising altitude, the pilots exchanging routine messages with air traffic control. In the cabin, passengers settled in, some drifting off to sleep, others watching movies or reading, unaware of the fate that awaited them. The plane was just another blip on the radar, indistinguishable from thousands of others crossing the night sky. To controllers, it was a routine flight, following a well-traveled path. Then, at 1:19 a.m., as the plane neared Vietnamese airspace, a final, calm message crackled over the radio. "Good night, Malaysian 370. It was a standard sign-off, nothing out of the ordinary. Moments later, the plane's transponder was switched off. The blip vanished from radar screens, leaving only an empty space where the jet had been. Air traffic controllers tried to make contact. Silence. No distress call, no emergency signal. Just an unsettling, growing void. There were no reports of bad weather, no signs of turbulence or storms. The skies were calm, the sea below undisturbed. No wreckage, no debris, nothing to suggest disaster. The plane had simply disappeared, swallowed by darkness over the South China Sea. In an instant, 239 souls were lost to the night. Confusion turned to alarm. How could a modern jetliner, equipped with advanced technology and safety systems, just vanish without a trace? The world awoke to a mystery that would haunt aviation for years. Newsrooms buzzed with speculation, families clung to hope, and experts scrambled for answers. The silence from MH370 was more than a technical failure. It was a terrifying void, a chilling absence that defied explanation. For families and officials, the absence of information was a new kind of horror. Every unanswered question deepened the pain. Every hour without news stretched into eternity. The plane was not just lost, it was gone, slipping through the cracks of our connected world. In an age of constant communication, its silence was deafening. In those first hours, no one could imagine the scale of the mystery that had begun. Investigators pored over maps and data, searching for any clue, any sign of hope. A plane full of people had flown off the edge of the map, leaving only silence and questions in its wake. The question echoed around the globe: where is MH370? Families, experts, and ordinary people alike searched for answers, desperate for closure. The world's most advanced systems had failed to keep track. Satellites, radars, and search teams found only emptiness where the plane should have been. The disappearance was clean, silent, and complete. It was as if the plane had been erased from existence. The story of MH370 was just beginning. The search for truth would become one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history, and the world would never be the same. The night the sky went silent marked the start of a new era of uncertainty, and a search that continues to this day. The news broke slowly, whispers at first, then a growing sense of unease spreading through newsrooms around the world. Then, all at once, a missing plane. The unimaginable had happened. A commercial airliner had vanished without a trace. Initial search efforts focused on the South China Sea, the last known position of the aircraft, where radar contact had been lost. Ships and aircraft from multiple nations scoured the waves, searching tirelessly for any sign of debris or survivors, hoping for a miracle. Hopes were high in those early hours. It seemed impossible for a massive Boeing 777 to simply vanish from the sky without a trace. But the first days brought only false leads: oil slicks, floating objects, and scattered debris, all ultimately unrelated to the missing flight. The search area expanded rapidly, stretching resources thin, as confusion and frustration mounted among the teams and officials. The world watched, transfixed and anxious, as the search turned from a hopeful rescue mission into a global obsession, dominating headlines everywhere. Families gathered at airports, desperate for any scrap of news, trapped in a state of suspended grief and uncertainty, clinging to hope. Their faces became the human face of the tragedy, pleading for answers, their pain and longing broadcast across the world. Behind the technical mystery were 239 human stories, each one cut short, each family left with questions and heartbreak. The search became one of the largest and most complex in aviation history, with dozens of countries and countless experts involved. Despite all the resources, technology, and determination, the vast ocean held its secrets tightly, refusing to give up any answers. The plane remained lost, and the world was left to wonder, haunted by the silence and the unknown. How could something so big, so advanced, disappear so completely in the modern age? The mystery only deepened with every passing day, as hope faded and questions multiplied, leaving a void that has never truly been filled. For the families, days turned to weeks, then months, uncertainty their only companion. Each sunrise brought a new wave of hope, only to be replaced by the same gnawing questions as the sun set. This was not the closure of confirmed loss, but a life in limbo, suspended between hope and despair. The absence of answers became a daily torment, a shadow that followed them everywhere. Every phone call, every news alert, brought hope, then heartbreak. The smallest rumor or update could send emotions spiraling as families clung to any sign of their loved ones. Grieving was impossible, the fate of their loved ones remained a mystery. Frustration and anger grew, fueled by the silence and the lack of concrete information. Many felt authorities weren't telling the whole truth. The official statements seemed incomplete, leaving families to wonder what was being withheld. Families became their own investigators, poring over data, demanding answers. They scoured flight paths, weather reports, and satellite images, desperate for any clue. Their relentless quest was driven by love and the refusal to let go. Every keepsake, every memory, became a lifeline to those still missing. Support groups formed, connecting families across countries. Strangers became allies, united by shared pain and the search for truth. They traveled, met officials, and kept the search in the headlines. Their voices grew louder, refusing to let the world forget. Even today, the anguish remains. The passage of time has not dulled the ache, nor erased the questions that haunt them. Some try to move on, others still fight for answers. Each family copes in their own way, but all are bound by the same unresolved grief. The official declaration of presumed death brought little peace. For many, it felt like another unanswered question, not an ending. Without proof, there can be no closure. The empty spaces left behind are filled only with longing and unanswered prayers. The absence of the plane means the absence of answers. The vast ocean holds its secrets tightly, refusing to give them up. Their struggle is a testament to the human need for truth. In the face of the unknown, their courage and persistence shine as a beacon of hope for all who wait. In the absence of evidence, theories multiplied, some plausible, others bizarre. Mechanical failure, hijacking, or a sudden decompression were considered. But why were the plane's communications deliberately shut down? Attention turned to the pilot, Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah. Was it a deliberate act? Some suggested a murder-suicide, but there's no definitive proof. Outlandish ideas surfaced. Military shootdown, secret landings, even alien abduction. Each theory offered a story, but all lacked proof. Without the black boxes, every theory was speculation. The mystery became a global Rorschach test. People saw what they feared most. Amid the chaos, a chilling rumor spread. A passenger's final message from the doomed flight. Stories claimed someone sent a text or photo as the plane went down. The most famous, a blurry image supposedly uploaded with a desperate plea for help. It was quickly debunked. Cell signals are impossible at cruising altitude, and the photo was a hoax. Still, the idea persisted, offering a human connection to the technical mystery. It gave voice to the voiceless, a haunting "what if" in a story full of them. The rumor revealed our need for a human story amid overwhelming loss. We want to believe someone tried to reach out, to tell the world what was happening. The thought of 239 people vanishing in silence is almost too much to bear. The final message, though false, became a focal point for public grief. It remains one of the most haunting elements of the MH370 mystery. Even after the plane's systems went dark, a different signal continued: hourly satellite pings. These handshakes with a satellite proved the plane flew for at least 7 more hours. Engineers analyzed the pings, drawing arcs on a map to estimate possible locations. The data pointed south into the vast Indian Ocean. This breakthrough shifted the search thousands of miles from the original area. Investigators concluded the plane likely flew until it ran out of fuel and crashed at sea. Later, debris washed up on African coasts, confirming the data's conclusion. Oceanographers traced the debris back to the area identified by satellite analysis. The combination of digital pings and physical wreckage created a powerful line of evidence. The plane was lost in one of the most remote places on Earth. The digital breadcrumbs had led the world to the truth's doorstep. Years passed and the search seemed over, until technology advanced. Private companies like Ocean Infinity proposed new searches using autonomous underwater vehicles. These robotic subs can scan the ocean floor faster and more efficiently than ever. New analytical techniques like WSPR are refining the search area. The Malaysian government is open to a new no-fine, no-fee search. Families' hope is reignited. Technology may yet solve the mystery. The combination of innovation and determination could finally bring answers. Technology failed MH370 once, but it may yet be the hero. MH370's disappearance exposed a shocking vulnerability in global aviation. Planes could still vanish for hours undetected. New rules now require aircraft to transmit their location every minute in distress. Black boxes must have longer-lasting beacons, and some may soon eject and float. The tragedy forced the industry to confront its blind spots. Every flight today is safer because of these hard lessons. The legacy of MH370 is written in new safety protocols. The emptiness of the Indian Ocean taught us never to take safety for granted. We must always strive to improve. More than a decade later, MH370's mystery still grips us. We search for answers, not just with technology, but with hope. The families deserve peace, a final resting place, and the truth. The world owes them closure. Finding the plane is vital for aviation's future. Only the black boxes can reveal what happened. Was it mechanical failure, a crime, or something else? The answer could prevent future tragedies. Ultimately, MH370 is a story about us. Our achievements, our limits, our resilience. It's a testament to our hope that truth can be found, even in the darkest places. Until we find it, Flight 370 remains a ghost in our modern world. A silent reminder of what we've lost and why we must never stop searching. The search is not just for a plane but for understanding, and for the families, it's a search for peace.